I think Black Bolt and White Flare is a masterclass in how to structure and design a set for maximum dopamine production. On the opposite side of that spectrum, you of course have Prismatic Evolutions. Is this the best set ever? No, but it is a lot of fun to open, and to be honest, I'd rather take that any day over the non-existent chance of finally pulling that Umbreon SIR. Alright, so I have for us today 2 ETBs, one each of Black Bolt and White Flare. Hopefully I am rewarded for all the praise that I lavished on this set in the intro, but Pokemon can be quite cruel and fickle, so who knows. Gonna start with White Flare. Here is the player's guide. Let's just very quickly scan to see which cards we might be interested in pulling. Of course, we are not going to get those. Yeah, so of course, this set is most known for having an illustration rare for every Pokemon in the set, so pretty insane. Yeah, the ones we are mostly chasing are this Reshiram SIR and these two Reshiram EX and Victini. They have a new rarity for this set called BWR, and there's only 3 cards, Reshiram and Victini, and then you have the Zekrom version of that in Black Bolt. But you are able to get this red Victini in both sets, but you can only get the Reshiram in White Flare and the Zekrom in Black Bolt. And I'm guessing almost impossibly difficult to pull. Let's take a look at the insides of the box. This is the promo. Honestly, maybe the only, I guess, stain on this set and the ETBs is this promo. Would have much preferred if they had like a cool little Reshiram promo card for White Flare and the Zekrom for Black Bolt. But unfortunately, no, we have this pretty uninspiring Tornadus promo card. And then we have these 9 packs. And of course, all the rest of the sundries for playing the game that we kind of don't care about right now, because we are mostly just interested in the packs, of course. All right, so 9 packs of White Flare. All right, different looking energy card for the set, seems like. Starting out with Trubbish, Pignite, Swadloon, Herdier, Energy Retrieval, Sock, Watchdog, Ferrothorn. Okay. Kicking off with one of the SIRs from this set, Buffalon EX, right from the first pack, which is pretty nutty. Unfortunately, I think this is one of the lesser SIRs, but I mean, really cool card nonetheless. This texturing is, yeah, really awesome. But yeah, it's Buffalon. I mean, I don't think Buffalon is too incredibly collectible, but the art's cool. And it's an SIR, so definitely not complaining, especially out of the first pack. Wow. So I guess perhaps Black Bolt White Flare is rewarding me for all the praise. Okay. This is actually my second SR that I've pulled from White Flare. I was lucky enough to pull the Reshiram off camera from an ETB. So yeah, I am very much enjoying this set so far. And Black Bolt is going to have to pick it up because I have not pulled a Black Bolt SIR yet. But yeah, undo, I guess. We have Patrat and Zoroark. So first 2 packs, we've got 2 hits, a Pokeball and an SIR. So yeah, I mean, that's why I think a lot of people are comparing this to like Crown Zenith, which of course was mostly remembered because of its notably high pull rates. It completely ruined the pack trick there. But yeah, so these pull rates are very generous as well. I think you are likely to get an illustration rare every 4 packs, which is nuts. I think in general, you get an illustration rare out of 16 packs, like in pack sets like Destiny Rivals and Journey Together. We have Gothorita, Watchdog, and Keldeo EX is our EX hit. So 3 packs in, 3 hits. So yeah, that's sort of why this set is so fun to open, because you won't get too many packs. You won't go on like a lot of runs where you just don't hit anything out of all the packs. Of course, not all the hits are that insane like these EXs and Pokeballs, but um, it's something. Definitely tickles those dopamine receptors in your Cottony. And fourth, we're basically 444. We have a Woobat illustration rare here and Chandelier Hollow. Decently cool art. It's definitely a unique art style. Sort of looks maybe like chalk, or yeah, I'm not sure, but maybe pointillism. Yeah, Woobat illustration rare is our first illustration rare of the box. But yeah, as I was saying, you're gonna get a lot of hits. Not all those hits are, of course, going to be valuable. Even if you do hit an illustration rare, it's has a high chance of it not being a very valuable illustration rare, because, as mentioned before, every single Pokemon in the set gets an illustration rare, and you can't have all of them be like bangers. You know, it's sort of like game design for RPGs. Every piece of loot that you get can't be an upgrade. You have to intersperse pretty bad loot with good loot, or else it just brings down the quality of loot in general as a totality. So not sure if Pokemon Company designed it that way to sort of have like run-of-the-mill illustration rares fill up the majority of the set, and then having like some really awesome illustration rares to chase. One of them being the Oshawott, I think, is really cool illustration rare. But I mean, I'm guessing they designed it that way, and that's just good, game design. We have a Hilda Pokeball, we have a Boldor, and a Tornadus. So I don't think we've come across a pack where we haven't gotten a hit yet. So yeah, I mean, I'm not like the biggest fan of this generation of Pokemon. I didn't collect any hit cards during this generation, or play any of the games, or watch the TV shows. So no like emotional attachment to these Pokemon, but because this set is so fun to open, another illustration rare, Druddigon this time. I think this is probably one of the cooler ones. I mean, it's a dragon type Pokemon, so I think those in general probably command a little bit higher of a premium just by default. And this is a pretty cool card. I mean, he's just standing there. A lot of these illustration rares are just sort of standing there in the background, but at least he looks like he's, very tranquilly looking at the sky, just soaking in the sun. But yeah, awesome card. And our second illustration rare for the box on top of an SIR. So yeah, insane. And kind of just reinforcing my initial impression of this set, that is just a lot of fun to open. Like, Druddigon, I don't really care, but am I completely thrilled to have pulled that card? Yes, I am. And maybe I might become a big Druddigon guy. You never know. We have Sawsbuck Pokeballs, so we are like 8 for 8 here. Zoroark and Chandelure. So yeah. Just as a pure pack opening experience, I think this sort of reigns supreme in Scarlet and Violet era. The opposite side of that spectrum, of course, as I mentioned before, being Prismatic Evolutions, which I kind of abhor these days. I've opened maybe like 150 packs of Prismatic. Another illustration rare. What is going on? And a pretty decent one here. This one is Tepig, and he's a starter Pokemon. So, of course, starter Pokemon have a higher emotional attachment to folks, thus driving up their value. And Tepig is a really cute one. He's just frolicking in, like, the golden hour during autumn. You have these autumn leaves everywhere. Really cute card. And we also got an EX, so an illustration rare and an EX just because, you know, why not? But yeah, that was really awesome way to start off this video. Let's see if Black Bolt can sort of keep that momentum. And I'll clean up and be back in a second. All right, we're back. Here is the player's guide for Black Bolt. Let's just very quickly scan to see. I haven't seen all the illustration rares, so would like to just very quickly scan and see like which ones I might want to chase. This Amoongus is really cool. Ooh, Seismitoad. This looks like it might be a condo art. Kind of reminds me of the Magikarp from Paldea Evolved. Nothing else really catches the eye here. Of course, I'm not doing it any justice by scanning it so quickly, but these are the SIRs and the chases for this set. Of course, this Zekrom EX is ridiculously awesome. I think it's probably one of the more valuable cards in the set besides the BWR. It might be the most valuable SIR. But then, of course, those true chase cards are these BWR rarities, Zekrom and Victini. Yeah, hopefully we'll get one in this box. Because if last box was any indication, yeah, this set is just ridiculous. Here is the promo, another, you know, pretty lackluster promo, Thundurus. Like I said, the only real stain on this set are, in my opinion, are the promos from the ETBs. All right, on to the packs. Will we see a first pack SAR like the last ETB? Timber, Mana, Snivy, Girder, Prism, Tortuga, Cavalier. We have Axu, SIR, no SIR. Serving and Beartick. Okay, is the pendulum swinging the other way? Am I regressing back towards the mean? Let's find out. We have Foil Energy. We have Rufflet, Solosis, Cling, Carablast, Simisage, Pokegear, Cinccino. We have a Pokeball, so first hit out of Black Bolt, I guess. We have our first illustration rare, Larvesta. There's a lot of Larvesta cards. I'm not sure why. Is Larvesta a popular Pokemon? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Okay, so at least we got two hits here. We got an Excadrill EX and a Larvesta illustration rare. I'm kind of undecided on whether or not I like this card or not. There's definitely some pretty unique aspects of it. Mostly the background. Like the Pokemon, I don't think is even near the coolest part of this card. There's a freaking volcano in the back and a nice little river here with some, you know, foliage, cool foliage, and a dying sun in the sky. And Pokeball. So did we get a Pokeball, an EX, and an illustration rare? Crazy. Okay, we have Pampor, Aldino, Krokorok, Pansage, Electros, Energy Coin, Seismitoad, Fennel, heal 40 damage from each of your Pokemon. I don't know. I don't think heal effects are that sought after in the TCG, are they? And Thundurus. So, yeah. I think first the dud pack in a while. No, wait. We started off with the dud pack, right? I'm not sure. Okay, we've got Larvesta. That's weird. Fracture, Temple. Yeah, I'm not sure if I've really seen double back-to-back cards and not like normal to reverse hollow. That's interesting. We have Axu, Pansage, and Cobalion. So Axu Pokeball is our hit. Ellium, Amoga, Clink, Palpicode, Musharna, Ents Plan, Cryogonal, Darumaka, Electric, and Landorus. So yeah, definitely, most definitely, Black Bolt, this ETB is a lot less generous than White Flare. We have Hollow Energy, Sandile, Servine, Dynamo, Duosion, Prism Energy, Tortuga, Escavalier. We have Cinccino Pokeball. We are due for Illustration Rare. No Illustration Rare. And Thundurus. This is like the Pokeball box, apparently. And nothing else. Alright, Fracture, Venipede, Servine, Rufflet, Behemoth, Simisage, Duosion, Illustration Rare. Come on, come on. Nope. Petalil and Kling Klang. Okay, what is going on here? We are definitely regressing from the bounty that was White Flare. Now, I did consider myself, you know, more of a Black Bolt guy, but I might have to change that opinion now. Basic Energy, Cover Fossil, Drillbur, Pawniard, Minccino, Electros, Seismitoad, Pokeball, Pawniard. Come on, come on. Unpheasant, and Zekrom EX. So pretty cool EX, but yeah. No illustration rare, which is crazy. We had 3 illustration rares in our last ETB, and so far only 1. But I guess that's how odds and statistics works, sadly. Basic Energy, Darumaka, Solosis. This is all turnaround though, Black Bolt. If you were to gift me a Zekrom card, I'll even take like a full art Zekrom. Bisharp, Mana, Krokorok, and Volcarona. Okay, so that might be one of the weaker ETBs you will ever see, and you're going to have to thank me for taking this out of circulation, because I think we only got 1 illustration rare, smattering of EX, and a smattering of Pokeballs. But conversely, for White Flare, we had this bounty of awesome hits. We had a Tepig, a Druddigon, and Woobat illustration rare. But of course, the hit of this entire video is this Buffalon SR, which came out of the first pack, and sort of downhill from there. Not really though, because White Flare continued to be very generous and fun to rip. But yeah, that's about it for the video. If you enjoyed this content in this slightest, please consider dropping a like and a comment. We'll definitely have some more Black Bolt and White Flare content in the future. I think I have some binder collections, and maybe I'll be lucky and get some other products to showcase on this channel. But yeah, like I said, that's about it for the video, and fellow collectors, until next time.